When I first came to Williston in the fall of 2018, I was a young 14-year-old boy who was experiencing school outside of Saudi Arabia for the very first time. Although I was enjoying my new life in the US, I had some problems with accepting my individuality at Williston. When I started school, the first thing I noticed was how I interacted with my peers and the sheer contrast between me and most of the people around me. Many of my classmates had seemingly straightforward backgrounds and were born, raised, and attended school in the same area, but I was different. As a person born in India, a citizen of Canada, living in Saudi Arabia, and now studying in the United States, it's safe to say that my background's pretty unique. There was a feeling of polarity between me and everyone else, just because my identity was so different. I felt like I didn't fit in to any single category because of where I was from. I remember feeling like an intruder in this new world, and I didn't feel confident enough to express and share my background with my peers. To sum it up, I alienated myself just because I was different. But after a few months, I was able to overcome my issue by seeking support from my friends and fellow international students who were experiencing the same thing. I had finally garnered the courage to express who I was and became the confident person you see before you today. Hardships like mine are experienced all throughout Williston. Whether it be as small as getting a bad grade on a quiz, or something as sorrowful as losing a loved one, everyone is bound to face difficulties throughout their lives. Acknowledging the inescapable presence of adversity in each of our lives, there's a lesson of much importance to be drawn. We often face troubles, unable to control if they happen or not. As the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." My interpretation of this ancient yet relevant quote is that the only thing we have absolute control over is how we respond to what happens. Our efforts are better spent trying to respond accordingly to any hardships rather than trying to control something we cannot. As a community, we need to learn to use each other as support in times of hardship. Our school has lived through many times of difficulty, most recently COVID-19. Our resilience in such hard times acts as an example that we have more strength when we work together as a community, enabling us to conquer the inevitable troubles we are bound to face. As the Canadian philosopher Jean Vanier once said, "One of the marvelous things about community is that it enables us to welcome and help people in a way we couldn't as individuals." As members of the Williston community, I ask that you take a moment of reflection. In what way can we contribute to the betterment of Williston? How can our individual experiences, lessons, and ideas positively influence our community? What can you do to exemplify our values of purpose, passion, and integrity? As this concert comes to an end, and we all go our separate ways, there's one thing that I would like everyone to remember. There is nothing wrong with experiencing hardships. It is a natural part of life that is unavoidable. But what really matters is if we choose to rise and overcome these challenges, to smile in the face of adversity, and realize that we as a community have so much potential to overcome any obstacles we may encounter. Williston's strength is ingrained in the spirit of every student and faculty member on campus. And the greater understanding we have of our community's power, the more possibilities for greatness we can achieve. Thank you.